Tremendous job in there. He did what he had to do.
Yeah, happy. Canelo a big dude, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I believe in my abilities. He's a heavy dude, but he's not a big guy. Like he's 5'8", I'm 5'8", you know what I mean? My arm's longer than his, you know. That fight it'd be good. You won't get hit in the fight. You know, that's one thing we all know. And I believe in my abilities and I believe in myself that I can handle anything that any fighter.
It's still 6 months before their super fight takes place. Yet Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford have already started turning up the heat ahead of their September showdown. The two fighters met with Turki Alalshikh earlier today, but the meeting quickly turned into the opposite of what it was supposed to be.
Canelo in Riyadh in May, the big fight.
Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford clashed, and a brawl nearly broke out. One that Turki Alalshikh likely wouldn't have been able to control. Their meeting in Saudi Arabia was meant to finalize details for their mega matchup. However, the two fighters first crossed paths at the airport as they arrived on their way to Turkey's residence.
His Excellency didn't seem as into this in the past, and now last night seems very on board making this happen. What changed on his end?
I don't know. You have to ask him. You know, I think it's a very intriguing fight. You know, Canelo and me is the same height. I got longer reach than Canelo. I'm faster than Canelo. But Canelo is bigger than me. He's stronger than me. So we both giving away something, but we both gaining something.
Both camps expected mutual respect, especially since there had never been real bad blood between them. Whenever they previously called each other out while building anticipation for a clash, respect was always present. But things changed when Terence Crawford approached Canelo Alvarez at the airport to exchange pleasantries, only to be seemingly snubbed by Canelo.
No make sense when you guys say that right now. At the end of the day, I don't want to have credit to face Crawford, but you never know. You never know in boxing. I'll go up and down and fight everybody out there. So it's possible.
Brings at me or throw at me. You know, I gotta be able to believe in myself if I'm gonna get in the ring with you. I can't go in the ring thinking, oh man, if this guy hit me, he's gonna knock me out, or if this guy hit me, he's gonna break my ribs. So now, you know, if he was talking about Deontay Wilder or something, like,
Moment led Crawford to try approaching him again, but tensions escalated and he was almost physically attacked by Canelo. Crawford grew furious, and the two began exchanging heated words, appearing ready to settle it on the spot. Fortunately, members of both teams stepped in to separate them, while airport authorities ensured the situation didn't spiral into a full-blown fight before the September showdown. They later traveled separately to Turki Alalshikh's residence, where the Saudi boxing mogul is believed to have smoothed things over. A photo of Terence Crawford, Canelo Alvarez, and Turki Alalshikh was later shared on Turkey's social media page.
History of boxing. In September, then 2 more fights in 26. Don't miss with the line.
The boxing world has been craving a historic fight to spark excitement this year, and with the help of Turki Alalshikh, that fight has arrived at the perfect moment. Canelo Alvarez and the former undisputed champion from Omaha, Nebraska have held multiple meetings with the Saudi boxing power broker, but beyond negotiations, their recent heated exchange has added even more spice to the buildup.
Oh, well, it ain't really no message, you know. It's all respect over here, you know, and if, you know, he do decide to come my way and me and him get in the ring, then it'll be an electrifying fight, you know. It won't be like any other fight that he's fought recently, and it'd be a well-fought fight for both of us, I believe.
Any doubt in your mind that you beat him?
Of course I beat him. It ain't no doubt in my mind that I won't beat anybody.
For a fight that could be labeled Match of the Year, fans expect drama and intensity, and both Crawford and Canelo Alvarez know exactly how to deliver that. Riyadh's seasoned chief Turki Alalshikh has been leading negotiations between both camps as he works to finalize one of the biggest fights in boxing history. Canelo was reportedly hesitant at first about facing the 37-year-old from Omaha, but it now appears the Mexican superstar has embraced the challenge. Reports suggest Turki Alalshikh may have offered a massive purse to convince Canelo to take the fight. Although Canelo already has a May bout scheduled against William Skull during Cinco de Mayo weekend, it's his September clash with Terence Crawford that's dominating headlines. Speaking in a recent interview, the 34-year-old admitted he wouldn't receive much credit for beating Crawford. "I won't get any credit if I face Crawford. But you never know in boxing. I fight everyone out there. I go up and down in weight, so why not?" He continued, "I respect Crawford. He's a great fighter. But sometimes it's crazy people talk about small fighters like Charlo, and then they ask me about facing Crawford at 147. It doesn't make sense." In another interview, he added, "I'm in. Why not? Crawford is a great fighter, but in my weight class it's an easy fight, easy money. If the money is right, I'm in. I don't usually like fighting guys like Crawford because they move a lot, but in his last fight he didn't move as much. So if the money is right, I'm in."
Para este imbécil intento de gente que tengo aquí a mi izquierda, que no se le olvide que yo ya vine siendo el Canelo a Estados Unidos y que solamente lucró con mi nombre. Nunca perdí un solo centavo, sino nomás ganó dinero. ¿Ya le pagaste a Golovkin lo que le quería robar? ¿Sí?
Terence Crawford, on the other hand, has been chasing this fight ever since defeating Errol Spence to become the undisputed welterweight champion at 147 pounds. "I've wanted this fight. It's a legacy fight, the biggest fight in boxing today. Two top 3 pound-for-pound fighters going head-to-head. I know Canelo is bigger than me, but I'm ready for the challenge. It's all respect. If we get in the ring, it'll be electrifying."
Once you guys get in there.
I don't know. I just think, his punching power and his physical size is the only thing that I really...
As he prepares for the bout 6 months from now, Crawford acknowledges the challenges ahead, particularly Canelo's size and power. Still, he's confident in the tools he'll bring on fight night. Crawford has long been accustomed to facing bigger opponents and beating them. He holds an undefeated 41-0 record. "I've been fighting bigger guys my whole life. Of course I'll beat him. There's no doubt in my mind that I can beat anyone I step in the ring with."
The only thing that I really have to worry about. But who knows? Once we get in the ring, we don't know how I'll handle his punching power, his size. I've been fighting bigger guys my whole life, so I'm pretty familiar with that aspect of the game.
Makes a potential Canelo-Crawford clash so compelling is that both men are likely in the latter stages of Hall of Fame-worthy careers. At 34, Canelo has nearly 20 years of professional experience and a record of February 2nd, 62. His grueling battles, including 2 controversial fights with Gennady Golovkin, have undoubtedly added wear and tear. Crawford, now 37, also boasts an impressive 41-0 record and remains undefeated. Viewed from this perspective, a showdown between them makes perfect sense as both fighters look for defining legacy moments.
Comment. Your reaction to that. And that seems like that you do want this fight now.
Well, I've been wanting to fight, I feel as if that's a legacy fight. I feel as if, this is the biggest fight in boxing today.
Both fighters know what it means to be undisputed champions in an era where such achievements are rare. Canelo has headlined multiple super fights, including against Golovkin and Floyd Mayweather. Crawford's breakthrough super fight came when he dominated fellow welterweight champion Errol Spence, stopping him in 9 rounds. To challenge super middleweight king Canelo, Crawford would need to jump 2 full weight divisions, making this one of the most ambitious moves in recent boxing history.
This fight right here is like the last of the Mohicans. We both come in an era where Floyd Mayweather was #1 pound for pound, Showtime, and HBO era, that type of era. So,
Canelo lost his undisputed status at 168 pounds after being stripped of the IBF title, which was later claimed by Cuban fighter William Skull. Before facing Crawford in September, Canelo promised Turki Alalshikh during a press conference that he would reclaim the IBF belt from Skull. The goal is clear. Turki wants the September fight to be for the undisputed super middleweight championship, meaning Canelo must first retrieve that belt.
I respect Crawford. He's a great fighter, and I always say that. No disrespect him, but sometimes he's.
Crawford understands the physical disadvantage he faces and admits size will play a key role. However, he remains confident in his skill set. Some analysts question his ability to compete effectively at super middleweight, especially after his recent points victory over Israel Madrimov at super welterweight, a performance some felt lacked dominance.
About a small fighter like Charlo, he's big, which he is big, and everybody's talking about if I'm gonna face Crawford, fighter 147, who is smaller than Charlo.
Despite the concerns, the potential clash between Canelo and Crawford has captured the imagination of fans worldwide. Power, speed, technique, and charisma. Both fighters bring it all. Canelo traditionally fights twice a year, in May and September, the latter coinciding with Mexico's independence celebrations. Since 2022, he has maintained that schedule and plans to do so again in 2025. Crawford, meanwhile, has chosen not to fight until September, a move some consider risky, recalling how inactivity affected Errol Spence before his loss to Crawford.
I've seen that. Everybody that believes in hardcore boxing fans, they know Crawford can beat Canelo just like they knew Bud was going to beat Spence. It's real simple. You just got to know boxing in order for you to be able to say that.
Some critics argue the fight is driven more by media hype than competitiveness, given that Crawford typically fights at 154 pounds, 2 divisions below Canelo. Still, Turki Alalshikh reportedly convinced Alvarez to accept the fight with a staggering $150 million purse. Despite questions about competitive balance, Canelo is not underestimating Crawford. Trainer Robert Garcia noted Canelo's size advantage, but praised Crawford's exceptional boxing skills that have kept him undefeated.
With now, are we still waiting for that second fight to happen? I don't know, man. I don't know. They still got to work things out and see where they go from there.
I know Tim Zoo's name is floated around out there as an opponent. What do you think about Crawford versus Zoo?
Butterstock him.
Yeah?
Butterstock him. And Zoo don't think that they can give a shot at Bud after, with the belt not even being on the line. Is that
Crawford is a smart man. He's achieved everything he wanted, Garcia said in an interview. He doesn't need to prove anything to anyone, but I believe he wants that big fight with Canelo. If he doesn't get it, he might never fight again. Garcia added that Crawford has options at junior middleweight, including champions like Sebastian Fundora and Bakram Murtazalev. Other possible opponents include Jermall Charlo.
Is because he knows is the biggest payday in his life, and he'll never. Maybe what he could get against Canelo, he's never made in all his fights combined. So of course, why would he call up Benavidez when he's calling out Canelo?
All right, everyone. Stay tuned for the latest in boxing news, highlights, events, and stories. Subscribe to Knockout today and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Be sure to watch our other videos too. Until next time, take care and stay safe.